Hi, my name's Ed Thompson. I'm CTO of Matillion. Today I'm going to take you through what's new in version 1.35 of Matillion ETL. So let's get started and take a look at some new features. The first new feature to 1.35 is the data transfer component. This component lets you connect to a variety of services where files may be stored, including S3, Windows File Share, FTP servers, Azure Blob Store, and so on. You can then choose a target destination to move these files into. Matillion 1.35 introduces 5 new query components, available across all platforms. We have LinkedIn Query, Apache Hive Query, Dynamics 365 Sales Query, Bing Search Query, and Bing Ads Query. These are all typical data staging components, including auto debug and encryption. You now have the ability to extract some of your workflow's components into a new job. This feature is great for any elements of your workflow that are cumbersome or untidy, that you could streamline into something generic or even reusable within other jobs. In this example, we have to extract these 3 components here. Now right-click and navigate down to Extract to New Job. From here, give the new job a name, and we can see these 3 components have been replaced by our new job. It's now easier than ever to review all the metadata for any table. In the Environments pane, we can navigate through an environment, then through a schema and into the folder of tables. We can review any table within a given schema, simply right-click on it and click on Properties, and a new window opens. From here, we can check the schema name, the table name, as well as column data such as name, type, size, and so on. For key distributed tables, a chart showing data skew is shown. For external tables, file locations and partition information are shown. Version 1.35 of Matillion brings 2 new incremental load wizards: Jdbc Incremental Load and Salesforce Incremental Load. These wizards enable you to pull in multiple sources of data through a single component and refresh it incrementally. If we drag one of the wizards, in this case Salesforce, onto the canvas, you'll see that it opens the full wizard dialog. And much like setting up a component, we simply select how to configure this incremental load. We can add connection options if we wish, and we can see that all of the data sources associated with Salesforce are available to choose from. If we were using the Salesforce load component, we'd only be able to select one data source. However, through the incremental load component, we can draw from as many data sources as we like. We can then click OK to complete the wizard and create the incremental load component. Once the incremental load is complete, we can navigate to the Environments panel on the left. We can see all the different staging and target tables have been created for each of the data sources we selected. If we rerun the incremental load, it will load new rows only into our target tables. As of this version of Matillion, it's possible to create a Matillion ETL for Snowflake instance on Microsoft Azure. For these users, there's an Azure Blob storage component. As long as you have the correct credentials on your Matillion ETL client, the component should automatically provide you with all of your storage accounts and their Azure Blob containers when you click on the Azure Storage Location property. As a Matillion ETL for Snowflake user, you can now take advantage of Snowflake's auto increment feature. When creating a table through the Create Table component, you'll be required to set up columns in advance. In addition to the columns your data will be loaded into, you'll need to include a column with a data type set to number and a default value set to auto increment. This table then becomes loaded with data from one of Matillion's many data staging components, in this case the Jira Query component. If we now choose to sample this data, we can see that our ID column is formatted with sequential numbers. The auto increment feature has incremented each row in this dataset. This is particularly useful if you want to create a unique key column on a new table. So that's taken us through what's new in version 1.35 of Matillion ETL. If you want more information, you can visit matillion.com. And for future videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.